Alright, g'day ladies and gentlemen, legends of the highest regard, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator, but something slightly different. That's very weird, 2 seconds. Something is not right there. I need to change that over on Twitch. I apologise. That doesn't make any sense because that's not what it says over in my Streamlabs. So 2 seconds here, just whilst I sort out that, because that's weird. There we go, that's better. Okay, so welcome to something slightly different here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So we're going to be doing our Christmas special flight. Now, originally this was going to be one flight, long flight, that we were just going to do in one big, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. However, I've now split it up into 3 separate shorter flights, simply due to a lack of the ability to have 7 hours or so right at this point in time to just stream, because, I mean, it's very hard to find that sort of time around this particular time of the year with hospitality work and all that just going completely bonkers. So we are going to be going today from Fairbanks in Alaska up to Resolute Bay in the very, 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 very northeast tip of Canada, up there in Nunavut area, and it's actually one of the closest jet accessible airports to the North Pole itself. So yeah, that's basically, and then the second flight we're going to be going from Resolute Bay over to Longyearbyen, I think that's how you say it, over in Svalbard, which is one of the other closest jet-capable airports to the North Pole, except where we're going today is the sort of North American closest point. Where we're going next flight is sort of the European closest point to the North Pole in terms of major airports. And then the final destination will, of course, be Rovaniemi in Finland, which is sort of where Santa is considered to be from, and all the things like Santa's workshop and all that stuff are located in that particular part of the world. Now, the reason why we're departing from Fairbanks is just outside of Fairbanks is actually a suburb called North Pole, and it is very Christmas themed, so it just kind of made sense. So as you guys can see, I'm actually in the fly-by-wire A320. Now, the thumbnail photo was not taken in the fly-by-wire A320 because at the time, there was no real Christmas liveries available for this particular aircraft, whilst there was for the original A320neo. Sorry, just something weird just popped up over on that screen. Yeah, anyway, not important. So I'll go quickly to the outside view, and you guys can see. As you can see, I've still got a Merry Christmas livery. It's actually not that different to the one that is in the thumbnail, but it's one that works on the fly-by-wire A320. So I'm like, hell yeah, that's what I'm flying. So I'd like to find my mouse. Would be the first thing I would like to do. And then I would like to say a massive g'day to Mr. Shaundale. How you going, mate? Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing well. Tanana is here. He's got to take his dad to the doctors, but he found the stream. He may have to leave before the stream ends. Not a problem, Tanana. Either way, mate, welcome to the stream. Hope the dad is doing well. Fozzie says he's about to start work. Oh, no. Wish you could fly. To be fair, Fozzie, I know what it's like to be in hospitality at this time of the year. I get it. It can be incredibly frustrating sometimes. Try not to work too hard. I know that's also incredibly difficult at this time of the year, but yeah. Kangaroo says, hello everyone. G'day mate, welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing very, very well. And Icarus is here as well. He says, hello legends, happy flight. Icarus, mate, welcome to the stream. Sean says, my planes aren't well, may not make restarting everything. Sean, you haven't seen me try and start the fly-by-wire A320 yet. We could be here for a long while. I don't fly it that much, so usually when I do, I usually end up missing something, and I'm quite rusty with it. So yeah. However, we should now, I'm assuming, because I made sure I got the APU and all that going, the IRS? Sure. That sounds like the tax people, but anyway. Basically, the maps will align in 4 minutes. So, until that point, there's not actually that much I can do, because the aircraft doesn't even know where we are. Which is handy. Actually, there is something I can do. I can turn on the various fuel pumps. Like so. And then I can probably set the TCAS to TARA. And set the predictive wind shear to automatic, and just turn up all the lights in the cabin so I can actually see what the hell I'm doing. Which, I mean, is mildly important, I guess. In the scheme of flying an aircraft, you probably do want to see what you're doing. We'll also arm the speed brakes whilst we are here. And some brightness going on those. Brightness going on that. A little bit too bright there. And then just play around with these things whilst we wait for the... oh, okay. Might need to turn the DI system on. That was interestingly icy. Very interestingly icy. There we go. Get that nice and bright. We want to make sure that the other side is just as lit, so that we can see what we're actually doing, because it's, well, trying to convince myself that seeing what I'm doing is important, but it's also probably when I'm going to see our imminent death occurring right in front of my eyes, especially due to the significant amount of ice that has just formed all over the aircraft. Anybody would think it's cold outside. Right, so I appear to have done all the lighting, which is good. So we can't really do anything much with the FMGC right now. You can't hear any music, Sean? There's definitely music. Hey, there we go. We're getting the alignment occurring now as we speak, which is good, which means we can then play with the FMGC. So, I'm going to go with an altitude of about 34,000, something like that. I'll just put 33 in. We'll get up there. We'll see what the weather's like with no music. Really? I'm just vibing along to the music here, so I find that incredibly weird. Hang on a sec. That might fix the problem. Maybe I should unmute the music in the Streamlabs. Possibly, potentially, maybe. Might help the situation a little bit. What can I say? Alright, so now that that is all aligned, I'm going to go down to the FMGC, and I'm going to try and remember what I have to do. So, is the flight planning? Yes, it is. Performance page, please. So, I want 127, 130, 132, or thereabouts. It's not exactly correct. I want 1 degree of flaps. The flex temp. Sorry, flex to temp. Okay, won't let me put it in. Don't know why. Should let me put it in. Interesting. Oh, yeah, right. Also probably should open the chat bot. Thanks, Fozzie. Bloody hell, anybody would think I've never streamed before. It is as Fozzie has put, it's a disaster. Right, next phase. Next phase. Next phase. Next phase, there we go. So, shit, I meant to remember stuff to put in here. Good. Right. Excuse me for a sec, I just need to figure out what the Q&H is at, Resolute Bay. I want the ATIS is what I want. Thank you. Jesus. Right. What is my... Oh, come on. Where is it? 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 That's not really giving me... That's giving me no information whatsoever. Thank you so much. If you type in Resolute Bay ATIS into Google, it gives you nothing. Even though I'm on SkyVector, which is meant to give me everything. So anyway, that doesn't make any real sense. Right. Right. Sure? Right, that should just... God, okay. That's not... I really wanted to be reading. But anyway. Data... right, here we go. Maybe this will help us. So, the flight number can be 2512 into there. Cost index can be 100. And for cruise, we want 33000. So it gives me my temperature, which is what I want. So the aircraft should now know. Cool. Then I need to... Oh shit, what do I need to put into block fuel? I might be able to get away with... oh, hang on. Block fuel. Right, 9.5. I think. What I need to put in. Yeah, that's what I need to put in. Here we go. Look at me semi-knowing how to fly an aircraft. Not really. Right, I think that is it. I just need to obviously remember to click test takeoff config once we're in a position where I need to test the takeoff config. Who'd have thought? Almost half an hour late to start. What? Stream was scheduled to start. Yeah, it's taken me like 15 minutes just to get to... Yeah, I've been streaming for 20 minutes already. It takes that long to start this aircraft up. Right, so I think now what I'm going to need to do is go back up here, and I'm going to want to turn on the APU bleed. Then I'm going to want... Why is it so dark up here? I'm going to have to sort that out in a moment. Then I want to actually start the aircraft. So that means I need to go down to... There we go, that's better. Right. So we start with engine 2, put that on ignition start. Wow, we are really going to need to de-ice this thing before we go anywhere. In fact, I may need to de-ice this thing before I even try and start it. Because I get the feeling it might get a little bit angry. Oh no, it's definitely starting. Alright, where is all the... Here we go. Anti-ice. Turn on wings, engine, window. Ah, there we go. There we go. Let's get some brightness. I can see clearly now. Right, that's been done. I think that's... Is that all my anti-ice things? I think that's all my anti-ice things. I'll just go with the good old-fashioned L to turn on the lights because I'm a lazy man. Clearly very, very cold. Hey, Metas says, g'day all. G'day, Metas, mate. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, guys, I know I'm not that focused on the chat right now. Starting this aircraft requires a lot of focus on what I'm doing, basically. Right, let's just see what's... Yeah, I thought that might be the problem. Right, so that's good. So engine number 2 is good to go. Now we can go with engine number 1. Like so, get that going. In a moment, spring into action. There we go. Fan blade is moving. No compass here, says Sean, which is the active departure. Well done, Doggo. Picked up her bowl and then dropped it and got scared by it. Okay, the active runway here at Fairbanks, if I can stop getting lag on this, is 02. So either 02 left or 02 right. Either of those are the active runway. So basically look for calling pigeon at the airport and you'll know what the active is. Also, if you do have the Virtual Flight Online transmitter, feel free to connect it to your little nav map. Yeah. I know I'm terrible at remembering to do that, but yeah. Alright, so looks like we have a good start on both engines. And it looks like our anti-ice is now starting to provide the service that we need it to. Obviously, it'll improve massively as well once we start moving. and get some temperature into the fuselage and into the engines and all those various things. So I'm now going to set my flaps to position 1. Then I'm going to select the engine back to normal mode, which is what I want for, obviously. Then reset the cockpit position, and I'm pretty sure we can request a pushback at this point. So I'm going to do exactly that. When you're ready, push back, man. It's times like this that the sim needs active ground vehicles who will actually come and de-ice the aircraft. Because, I mean, right now, that's exactly what would occur. Or if anybody knows if there is a way to actually do that within the sim, please do let me know in the chat, because it just looks really weird to have that much snow and ice just chilling on my aircraft, and the aircraft to just be operating in a normal fashion is, yeah, seems incredibly weird to me. To reboot his computer, not a problem, mate. All good. Oop, I'm still on that sort of camera. Right, fair enough. Alright, so we are good there. De-ice is definitely starting to work, so that's a good thing. Make sure that we do have our barometer correctly set. I think everything else is exactly where we need it to be. We obviously need to put the auto brake to max. Once we
please prepare for takeoff.
Get to the runway, takeoff configures otherwise normal, which is a good sign, which means I don't appear to have missed anything, which is a miracle in itself, I must say. Yeah, lots of ice, shouldn't be any too cold. That's what I was thinking, Tanana. I'm get a feeling that the sim may be depicting that in a wrong fashion. Hey. Hold on a sec. Alright, all good there. So, I just need to figure out which way I need to be going to get to runway 2. I think I know that I need to be going to my left. Yeah. Right. Well, not right, to my left. Anyway. Mess with my brain a little bit on that one. Right, let's pull off of the parking brake. Cannot see me in the sim. Okay. West USA. I should check to see if I'm actually on the West USA server, because I get a feeling I might be on the East USA server. So, let me sort that out, because if I remember rightly, the people that we raided recently would have me on the East USA. Yes, it would. There we go. Helps if I get on the right server. I should be... should be showing up now. Don't worry, I'll have all this smoothed out by the third part of our Christmas special stream, and then there'll be no point in having it smooth because it'll be finished. There we go. I've got Kangaroo, I've got Calling Pigeon, I've got Metas, I've got Steve. Steve's in the Kodiak. Steve's got some balls flying the Kodiak over this sort of distance. It's going to be a long flight in the Kodiak. Steve, where am I going? What I'm doing is I'm struggling to see the taxiway because of the way the sim depicts snow. I was actually already on it. Damn, this A320 really likes to taxi on... so that I haven't got any power in right now, and it is just moving. In fact, I'm having to ride the brakes to keep it all under control. So one thing I may need to do before we I'm going to obviously take us right to the runway lineup position, but one thing I may need to do is visit the pilot's room before we actually take off, because it's a morning time and I like to hydrate in the morning, and that causes an issue. Too much information. Wow, okay. Icarus is moving in that 7.4. I didn't realise we were having a race. It's Assetto Corsa in Flight Sim. I like your style. Also, to those of you who are flying 7.4s and 7.7s and all that, our destination in Resolute Bay is a gravel strip of less than 7,000 feet, so good luck. I like your optimism though. Alright, back in a moment and we will take off. Alright. I have returned. Don't put the auto brake on yet, because as soon as I pull the brake trigger, it's going to deactivate the auto brake. So I just need to wait until I'm actually lined up on the runway here. Now I can't actually see where you guys are. I'm assuming you're still off to the right, but maybe not. I don't know. Yep, the bots have invaded. I'll sort that out in a moment. Alright. Get her nice and lined up. In position, just make sure I've got everything sorted, which I do appear to. Nothing seems to be awry. Everything seems to be where it needs to be. So let's reset the cockpit position and get going, I think. Where is that auto brake? That, set the auto brake to maximum, which it is. Take off the brakes. Then we will pull forward. Let it stabilize. There we go. Here we go. V1. Rotate. Go gear up. Okay, aircraft's in a good position. We want to be setting the autopilot. I want to be pulling back the engine lever to LVR CLB. Go, throttle climb. Pull out our level of flaps. There we go. Any luck now, the aircraft should do its thing. We'll bring up the VFR map here just to make sure that we are not having any sort of GPS issues, which we appear to be having. Mildly concerning, seeing as everything is set up the way it's meant to be. So why is that? Hello? Why have we got there we go, that's better. Usually when you hit autopilot in this aircraft, that problem isn't a thing. You don't usually have to ask the autopilot to do the GPS. It usually just doesn't. So that's interesting. Maybe that's something that's gone slightly awry since the last sim update. I don't know. Anyway. Metas says, thought I would be able to stay awake to fly, but I'm falling asleep and need to go to bed. I'll catch you soon. Safe flight, Metas. Thank you very much, mate. Have a good one. Catch you later. It's set to, yes, it is set to real world weather, supposedly, Tanana. Black Adder says, night all, enjoy your flight. Black Adder, mate, have a good one. Catch you later. Right, I need to sort out that bot. See you later. Sean says, sorry, CRJ sim brief done my flight plan, may not fly together, 747 didn't work. Yeah, not a problem, Sean. All good. We've got the same destination in the end, so, I mean, in the end, it's not really going to be a problem. But appreciate the heads up nonetheless there, Sean. Right. Everything seems to be going... Ah, yes, I need to pull my barometric to standard because we're above 10,000 feet. Might need to turn down the sound of the aircraft in the sim slightly because that seems pretty loud. I feel like that might be a bit better now. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Please do let me know if it is. Your weather isn't mine. Okay, now I need to just check my weather to make sure it is in fact live weather, live time. Supposedly it is. So, calling pigeons in the CJ, kangaroos in the Brico 3D 737 Max, I'm assuming. And then Sean's in the CRJ. It's incredibly interesting that it's, 2 p.m. within the sim in this particular area, and it looks as if the sun's about to go down. It's not roaring the mountains to the south, but it's quite prominent in the winter, says Savannah. And that may have something to do with the fact that I don't know how good the scenery around here actually is. Tanana, I haven't there's increase in 7.4. I haven't installed the Alaskan mesh. I've downloaded it, I haven't installed it, simply because I haven't needed it since the last sim update. And obviously I've removed everything out of the sim at the latest sim update to avoid any particular issues. And in my usual fashion, I've forgotten to do one of the most important things before starting a stream, and that is make sure that the scenery is installed for the particular area. So, official sunset today is at 2:40 p.m. Screw that! Like, that's incredibly early for a sunset. Pretty visually stunning to have the sunset occurring. The fact of the matter is, our destination is going to be dark no matter what time we fly there, because it's so far north. And Svalbard, when we fly there tomorrow, is going to be dark as well because of how far north it is. So basically on this flight, our departure is going to be slightly light, as we can see, and our destination is going to be slightly light. Everything in between is going to be dark. Yeah. Open to flying around the northern part of the world. Yeah, West USA, Sean. What's up, mate? Did you have a CTD or something? Yeah, not too much further north, there is no sunset. Yeah. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, Sanana, not too much further north, during the winter time, after a certain time, they don't see sun for weeks, months. Can't remember exactly what it is. I'm sure you probably know more about it than I do. Sunset takes a lot longer at northern latitudes. Don't know if that's modelled in the sim. I'm not sure either, Kanana, but I guess we're going to find out over the course of this flight as we go further north. Yeah, I know. I think that those particular sections that you can see, Tanana, that have got streetlights are possibly where there's no photogrammetric or big map scenery actually available for that particular location. So it's just using the auto-gen, and therefore it just auto-generates streetlights, even though you absolutely 100% guaranteed that there is no streetlights in such a remote part of the world, as you're probably pointing out, I guess. I forgot to put the Alaska scenery and Alaska mesh in for this flight. The good news is I have already got the sceneries in for the next 2 flights. So Svalbard scenery is in, Rovaniemi scenery is in. In my typical fashion, I'm only 99% of the way there. Bing bong! Does look pretty cool though, with the light from the sun as it sets and the moon across snow across the cloud, creating this beautiful red hue. Pretty it's a pretty look, as annoying and as frustrating as a 2:40 PM sunset would be, from the air, from a pilot's perspective, it's pretty nice. I'm not going to lie to you, it's pretty nice just to see that. Obviously from the ground you're not going to get that sort of visual stimulation. I don't know if I show the visual stimulation, but at this rate the Yukon River should be coming up soon. We will keep an eye out for it, but obviously I just want to check that. Oh yeah, so we're at cruising altitude. Fantastic. So this is the thing I love about the fly-by-wire A320. Once you understand how to fly it, I mean, it literally does everything. And you just need to monitor all your electricals and What are they called? Instruments. My God, holy shit. Gowan says punch it. Don't know what I'm punching, but there you go. I'll give you a punch. Colours in winter can be just about psychedelic. Purple snow, red, orange, and blue skies. Yeah, I can see it. It's pretty spectacular. I would, I'm very envious of pilots who get to fly over this part of the world during winter. I mean, look at it. This is without the scenery add-on. So I can only imagine that had I have installed the Alaska mesh, should have, that it would be even more amazing to look at. Now the question is, what are the sim sounds like in comparison to music, in comparison to my voice? Is the aircraft too loud from the exterior? Can you still hear the music? Just let me know, because for me, the aircraft is quite loud. Darwin says, so I upgraded to Windows 11. Okay. If I try and load the F-18 or other jets, I CTD every time. Good to know. Not touching Windows 11 until sometime in 2022. Basically until my 6-month Windows key subscription thingamajiggy that I use runs out, which will be April 2022, something like that. Probably when I upgrade to Windows 11, assuming that all these sorts of niggles and bugs have been ironed out by that point. They probably will. I hope. Every other game runs much better, but MSFS is not so good. Is it something to do with DirectX 12, Garland? Because I know few people have been having quite a few issues with MSFS and DirectX 12. I'm assuming you've already spent quite a bit of time on Google, but if you haven't, it's just a heads up that may be able to find a solution by doing something with DirectX 12. And I'm only going off of rumours and comments that I've seen across social media groups that I'm a part of in relation to the sim. So it may actually not be a thing. Also, I need to do some stuff with my lights, because wing lights need to come off, runway lights need to come off, landing lights need to come off. Like so. Tiana is saying that music and voice are about the same, exterior camera depending are the loudest. Okay, so should I be dropping the volume ever so slightly more? Because I can. Yeah, so I'm wondering, Darwin, because those 4 games, none of them use DirectX 12, I'm wondering if that's potentially part of the problem. I don't know. Speak to hard to hear over the exterior. Cool, right. Thank you. There we go. That should be better. God, the best piece of information I can give you is speak to David Jacko, who's been running Windows 11 now for a bit. See if he's got any, because his sim runs okay, see if he's got any solutions to the problem or whatever. Tanana, I think we're just going over the Yukon River now. If I'm not mistaken, that's what would be below me there. Yes, gold. I don't know. Seems underwhelming. Yeah, the big map data up this part of the world, Tanana. Until we get a bit closer to Resolute Bay, which of course is quite a, despite its remoteness, is obviously quite a major location within Canada for obviously mining and just, it's got a decent sized airport, because obviously the only way to really access such a remote location is via air. So you'll probably find that the map data will improve as we get closer to Resolute Bay, but you'll probably find the map data very soon will be quite questionable for a period of the flight. Unfortunately, there's not much that we can do about it. Even installing the Alaska scenery, once we cross into Canada, which is probably about to or has already occurred, and I'll check that in a little nav map in a sec. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, we're actually about to fly over Fort Yukon soon, and I would say after Fort Yukon that there's probably not gonna be much scenery available, which, I mean, makes sense. So as you can see, the scenery is still okay as it loads in. That's the other problem. It's going to take a while to load in because of the height we're at. It's going to be, the satellite imagery is going to be taken at different altitudes. And as Tanana was saying, there's different squares of different, time periods. Some can be 10 years older in the square that's next to each other, etc. But you'll probably find now, after we pass Fort Yukon, that the scenery below is basically going to be a bit shit. Going to try and focus on the wonderful scenery in the sky. Sean says, can you see me? Should be to your 9 o'clock. Look over left wing. I have nobody lonely here. Okay, let me have a look, Sean. I cannot see you, mate. Are you on the West USA server? I could see you. I could see you before, and then you like disappeared for a moment. But yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. I look warm. Yeah, Sean, she's a warm one. Let me just bring up my phone. Yeah, so it's 10:37 a.m. here, Sean. It's already 30 degrees Celsius. So, yeah, it's warm. And it was overnight it didn't drop below 20 degrees Celsius. It's a warm day. We're going for a top temperature of about 34. Definitely a warm one. We're still way in the middle of Alaska. I thought Fort Yukon. No, sorry, that's Yellowknife. My bad. I'll just blame the fact that I'm Australian on that one. Yeah, no, you're right. Fort Yukon is still in Alaska. My bad on that one. Reinstall FSX, you know that works. I mean, so does X-Plane, to be fair, Sean. You'll take the 2:40 sunset. It's quite interesting, Tanana, because you've got a 2:40 p.m. sunset, and the sun doesn't set here at the moment until nearly 9 p.m. and then it rises. The sun's basically almost above the horizon by 5 a.m. What is the time down your way, Sean? Is it about midnight-ish? You've never used AMD or X-Plane. Well, I'm screwed. I've used both of them. Ah, you're 180 miles behind me. Ah, yep, gotcha. Righto, you're back. That's awesome. I'm glad you are back. 23, okay, so you are exactly 11 hours behind. I will try and start, for the benefit of people like Metas and Blackadder, so that they can potentially join in. I will try and start tomorrow's stream of this an hour earlier, because I at least want them to be able to enjoy some of the flight if they can. That all comes down to what time I've managed to finish work this evening. And we were actually meant to be raiding the Flying Circus in today's stream, but it changed around and he was actually doing Microsoft Flight Simulator official Twitch stream, which, yeah, I was just like, alright, we need to come up with a new plan. Real feel outside is -3, thermostat set to 16, but I still feel frozen. Blood's not warm anymore. So, Sean, you're a reptile now? Are you a poisonous reptile? Should I be concerned that... So, Icarus, I'm at 33,000 feet, you're at 31,000 feet, and yet you're above me. Check your barrow? I don't know. Either that or the Sims just playing funny buggers. But my barrow's set to standard, so I don't know. That's a weird one. So I don't know whether me pulling my barrow to standard has caused weird things with the sim in this particular part of the world, or who knows. But the fact that I'm supposedly 2,000 feet above you and yet you're above me, very many questions. Many questions. Ah, Sean. A little Welsh dragon. Is that what you are? A little Welsh dragon. Yeah, that is very strange, Tanana. Very, very strange. But also normal, if that makes sense. Like, I understand why is what I'm getting at. Sean's at 35,000, I show him at 37,000. No, I show calling pigeon at 37,000, I show you at 35, Sean. At least from here. I don't know. I get the feeling the sim's having some issues with the barometers in this particular part of the world that we're flying over. WMKI, mate, welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing very, very well. Hope life's treating you relatively well and that you're not working too hard. I'll give you a better view, Sean. Hang on, you'll see what I'm getting at. See how through Kangaroo you can see you've got 35005, but directly above you is calling pigeoners at 37, so I can see why it's all very, very weird and confusing. But I promise you, you are showing up 100% correctly. I may at some point soon have to go and put myself another coffee on. I've only had one coffee this morning and I'm usually a 2 coffee to get going in the day. Calling pigeon is actually at 39. Right. So calling pigeon's suffering from the same thing that Icarus is suffering from, and that's the fact that for some reason their barrow is not communicating, or their altitude's not communicating with my sim for some reason. Who knows? Very weird. It's Icarus's fault. Well, it's actually Icarus and calling pigeon's fault now. It doesn't actually, like, to me it doesn't actually matter. I just find it hilarious, especially the Icarus one. I'm finding incredibly hilarious. You want an Irish coffee, Sean? The only problem with that one, mate, is it's a hell of an Uber delivery service. Stretch the arms, because as soon as I finish this stream, I'm going to be heading to the gym. Oh. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Tanana. Shezmaster says, anyone... welcome to the stream as well, mate. And your question is, anyone come across Flight Simulator 2020 not responding and loading a new flight? I've not been able to fly the last 3 or 4 days. So Shez, I have come across this problem, but every time I've come across it, all I've had to do is end the process in Task Manager and restart the sim, and it always works. In fact, I had that problem when I was trying to start the stream, and I literally just had to shut the sim down and restart, and it seems to work. I'm assuming you've probably already tried that though, so that's probably not going to help you in any way, shape or form. Yeah, so the barometer, yeah, correct, Anna, the barometer is 299.8 at Fairbanks. However, because we're above 10,000 feet, we should all be on standard barometric pressure. And I'm assuming we all are, and I'm assuming the sim's having a difficult time because of our positioning with that. Gowan says, I had lost aileron control, I had to unplug and replug in the controller. Hey, that's not ideal. MKR, raining from 2 p.m. yesterday to 5:15 a.m. today. Wow, that's a lot of rain. Is it wet season there in Malaysia? Also, Gowan, I didn't even realise you were flying along because I can't see you. No worries, Tanana. All good, mate. May or may not still be flying when you get back. If not, obviously be flying the second leg of this in about 24 hours, and then the third leg, I'm not 100% sure yet. Oh yeah, sorry, Gal, you just said that about how your sim wasn't allowing you to fly in jets. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, no, it's not a, that thought process, Sean, is not exactly weird or abnormal. Like, I know for a fact that sometimes if I have my wheel and joystick and Xbox controller all plugged in at the same time, that the sim gets a little bit, what's going on, especially if I accidentally knock the wheel whilst I'm in flight. It all of a sudden tries to turn the wheel into the controller for me to fly the aircraft, which is weird. 15 hours, 15 minutes non-stop rain. That definitely sounds wet. Very wet. Hey, Josh Manchester's just dropped in. How you going, Josh, mate? Welcome to the stream. No coffee for you this time, coffee for me. We've swapped the times around. It's amazing, isn't it? Look in this direction, night sky, but a really clear, like, oh my god, look at that. That is nuts how cool that looks with the moon and all that. And then you look behind and there's this beautiful orangey, purpley, bluey, red hue that's just following us. It's hot chocolate time, and good evening. Good morning, Josh. Hope you are doing well, mate. Not a problem, Shezmeister, but sorry I couldn't help you more there, mate. Sorry I could only share that I've been able to fix a similar issue with relative ease. Playing offline safe mode, still no luck. Might be time to log a ticket. It certainly sounds like it, Shez. I know it's not an ideal situation, but I've found that if you remove, like uninstall the sim and reinstall the sim every 6 to 12 months, that there's usually never any problems. Really frustrating way to go about it, but I've reinstalled my sim twice since it's been released, and the only real problems I ever run into are caused by aftermarket products or by the fact that my graphics card just sucks and the drivers on it suck. No more classes for a while, Josh? Awesome. That's good news, mate. WMKI, is this the aftermath of the Philippine typhoon that you guys are getting? All the rain from that? That's what it sounds like to me. Alright, so... Oh, hang on. I need to be... Reset position. Very good. So fuel flow is 1,000 kilograms an hour, which is brilliant fuel flow for how much fuel we actually have on board. So I am now going to go and put the coffee on the stove, and I'll be back. Alright, so I've decided to return whilst the coffee pot is now on the stove, because it's going to take a couple of minutes. There's no point me standing in the kitchen like a idiot whilst I wait. I can obviously hear the coffee when it's ready from here, so yeah. What did I miss whilst I wasn't here? Yeah, so Sean, in relation to AMD, the driver thingy is not necessarily AMD, it's actually the particular GPU. The particular GPU that I've got, 5700 XT, has been problematic with drivers from the day it was released. It's a lot better than what it was. Again, as I've said before, simply the reason I purchased it is because the performance bang to buck compared with the Nvidia card at the time. It had similar performance and was half the price. It was never going to be a card that was going to stay in the system for any more than a year or two. That was prior to the cards becoming ridiculously priced though, so it may have to sit out a slightly longer time period than what I originally hoped for, but I do plan on upgrading it at some point. Well, there you go, Shed. Funny, yeah. I just find that it's, as frustrating as it is, it's a pretty surefire way to reduce the issues that the sim has, to give it a fresh install every 3 to 4 sim updates. Yeah, not brilliant. Hey, Shezmeister, mate, thank you very much for the subscription. Much appreciated. Really, really is. And welcome to the community of the Legends of the Highest Regard. No worries, Sean. All good, mate. All good. Yeah, we might have slightly different waypoints or whatever. And I did put the flight plan in the Discord, but again, I was incredibly late in doing that. I will put tomorrow night's flight plan in the Discord as soon... Sorry, tomorrow's, should I say, flight plan in the Discord as soon as this flight is done. Just, yeah. Again, proactive is not my middle name sometimes. I might, even though it's not technically the right thing to do, I might turn on the might turn on a few extra lights just for some visual enjoyment, should I, is the words I'm trying to get out. Where is my tail light? I want to light the tail up. Why you not light up? Well, that's annoying. Anyone know how to turn the tail light on the A320, or is it just not a thing that's able to be done in the sim? Tail is nav logo. Well, it's on. So that's weird. appears to be an issue there because that's turned on. Nav logo is on. Anyway. Weird. Sean says, I built a i9 10900K with 64GB of DDR4. Yeah, so same problem as me, Sean. I was like, I'll get a 5700 XT because it's a fantastic bang for buck performance, and with the NVIDIA 3000 series or whatever, or the 6000 series, I was like, I'm going to upgrade GPU. And then I saw the prices with all the mining and the scalpers, and I'm like, right, NVIDIA 4000 and 7000 series GPUs. So we've probably got about another 12 months of running with this GPU till things get normal. So we are literally so off to our right hand side right now will be Fort McPherson Airport, and now we are literally into the Arctic Circle, I believe. Yeah. Checking out some of the airports that we have in the general area, and they're all in the Northwestern Territories. Josh, I am using the fly-by-wire A320. Also, Josh, any particular reason you've decided to go to the moon on this flight? Yeah, okay, right, it's a bug. Cool. Alright, my coffee sounds like it's ready, so I'm just going to go put that in a cup for the drinking purposes. I shall return again in a moment. Alright, got myself a fish bowl of iced coffee. What else does one do? Josh flies usually at 45,000 in longitude. Okay, so Josh does obviously like to fly in space. Whatever you do, Josh, don't get lost, because then you'll be lost in space. And then once I finish the coffee, I'm probably going to grab myself a banana, throw myself together a protein shake so that I am good and ready for that gym sesh. Speaking of which, I should probably check with the person who I'm going to be heading to the gym with, make sure that they're still all good to head to the gym. Text them. Apologies for 2 seconds. I will be texting someone. Sort. I don't know why I'm scrolling down on the viewpoint there, because, I mean, there's nothing below us except for clouds and water. The moon is pretty specky, not gonna lie. To hook up the treadmills, give you a run for my money. You probably will, Sean, because I'm not a huge treadmill user, and I mean, you're in the electric wheelchair, so you're in a massive advantage straight away on the treadmills. You can just set your speed and woo. Whereas I'm usually one to lift weights. Can you not lick my feet, please? Thanks. This feels very weird stuff. Very, very weird. Yeah, I tend to... link together. We can see each other. Or did you drop out again, Sean, on my visuals? Hey, Short Round says, what's going on, everybody? Flying. Sorry, just had to... come up with the obvious answer, mate. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing well. We are flying to Rovaniemi via 2 closest major airports to the North Pole that we can access within the sim anyway, that is. Exactly, Sean. Somebody turned off the lights. I really do hope that the runway at Resolute Bay is not suffering from some of the airports within the sim are, and it's actually not illuminated, because that's going to create a whole new set of issues for trying to land the aircraft if it does. It should be okay, because there is an ILS at Resolute Bay, so despite its remoteness, it's not like some back and beyond airport that never sees any traffic. So we should, touch wood, be okay. And I know for a fact that Svalbard, Longyearbyen, definitely is illuminated because it's a MSFS custom scenery airport, I believe. And obviously Rovaniemi is going to be lit because it's a aftermarket custom scenery that I've got for it. So yeah, I'm on the ILS 35 active as well, Sean. Even if it's not technically the active runway, I'm still going to use it just because I don't know what the scenery is going to be like at Resolute Bay. And obviously if the runway is not illuminated, I'm not going to try and land visual, because that's like saying, hey, how would you like your death served up to you? You know, yeah. Mr. Kangaroo 01 is definitely, he's got the throttles right up though, like miles ahead of us, mate. Obviously, we've all put avgas in our aircrafts. Kangaroo's put pure ethanol, 100%, just, and he's obviously installed some nitrous oxide bottles as well, because that thing is moving. I mean, I guess that's an option, Sean. I guess that is an option. Get a lot of, what are they called? The lamps, the tower lamps that you have. Just get a lot of them and just line the runway with those. Quick trip to Kmart. Speaking of which, also, I wanted to just change the topic completely for a sec. Obviously, as you guys know, the original plan with the kids' Christmas stream was to go to Kmart and do the purchasing of the gifts and put them under the wishing tree. Now, my local Kmart doesn't appear to have a wishing tree set up. If it does, it's incredibly small and out of sight and out of mind, so I can't actually find the damn thing. So I'm probably going to end up just passing the money on to a kids Christmas charity instead. Just obviously wanted to word you guys up on that in case you were, and I'll obviously pop it in the Discord as well. I actually contacted my local store and just sort of asked, do you have this set up? I'm waiting for a response. If they say no, I'll just pass it on to like a Starlight or someone like that kind of thing. Josh is doing 0.84 Mach. I'm doing 0.782, which is the cruising speed for an A320neo. Mr. Kangaroo's obviously doing the speed of sound. Short Round says, I just got my Logitech rudder pedals in today. Fixing to hook them up. I'm in for a rude awakening because I've never flown with rudder pedals before. Any tips or suggested settings? Short round, I don't have rudder pedals either. So, anybody got rudder pedals? That can give short round any tips? Please drop it in the chat. That would be amazing. Wow, 0.871. No wonder you are so far ahead, Mr. Kangaroo. That is quick. Pretty sure that must be above the recommended cruise speed for a 737 MAX 8. Could be wrong, but that's fast, mate. That is really quick. I think the best solution short round is plug it in, have a play around. Once you've had a bit of a play around, jump on YouTube or and just see if anybody's got any videos about your particular rudder pedals and the best settings. I would also talk to Shane, Oz Flight Simmer, because obviously he's got rudder pedals. See what he says. And then just play around and adjust and play around and adjust until you feel as if they perform in the way that you want them to. Because I guess you're probably going to find that everyone has slightly different settings and preferences with their rudder pedals. Logitech Forum's YouTube channel should be a great help. Hit lots of buttons, normally works well, Clarkson. So are we hitting the buttons with a hammer, Sean? Is that what we're doing? In which case you want to be tapping them quite lightly, because otherwise you might break the buttons. Kangaroo has rudder pedals, there you go. Short round, you might be able to get some assistance off to Mr. Bouncy, Skippy. I think you'll probably, I mean, they're Logitech short round, so I don't think they're going to be piece of shit pedals. The Logitech yoke is okay, but I'm pretty sure the Logitech rudder pedals are pretty good. Obviously, in a perfect world, if you could, I would obviously recommend something from Honeycomb or whatever, but not everybody or from Virtual Fly, which is obviously who Shane uses, but not everybody has the financials to afford those pieces of equipment. So from all accounts that I've heard, the Logitech stuff is decent. Yeah, exactly, Sean. Exactly, Sean. Exactly, Kangaroo and Darwin. There you go. That tells you what you need to know, short round. They are well worth the price. But I'll be very interested to hear, short round, in the coming weeks after you've had them operating for a little bit, what you think. Yeah, like, I'm always keen to know, because right now my joystick works great, but I would absolutely love to throw in some rudder pedals and a throttle quadrant, especially for the GA flying, now that I'm using an aircraft that I need to control the propellant and the mixture. So if you have a good experience or whatever, please do let me know, and I might also grab some. There you go, Kangaroo's got the same pedals. Oh, you got the Thrustmaster Boeing 787 yoke, have you, Kangaroo? When you say find a way to mount them to something, Darwin, are you potentially referring to maybe just like a plank of wood or something that you can glue them to or whatever, and then put like some rubber or something under the plank of wood so it doesn't move around? That's what I'm thinking of doing with my steering wheel pedals, is getting something grippy under them so they move around less on the concrete floor, which is a problem. Yeah, I know, Sean. It has been a whirlwind 6 months. It really has been a whirlwind 6 months. Yeah. Oh, okay, going, yeah. I'm thinking, you know those, like, perforated rubber placemats things that, well, I say placemats, I guess they're not technically placemats, but those like see-through perforated like rubbery foamy things. I'm thinking of just getting like a 1 meter one of those and sticking it under, and then I rest my driving pedals on there when I want to drive, when I want to use rudder pedals when I eventually get some in the future. Just rest them on there, and that should stop them from moving about. Because it's incredibly hard driving in truck sim, and I go for the brakes and the pedals with them. Oh look, more bots. Yay. Sure. Brace the pedals with a wheelchair, push pedals and end up on the other side of the room. Oh, what is in my eye? Other than an eyeball. There we go. That's better. I can see clearly now that, I don't know, you've got a lazy boy chair for computering. That's mad. That is so cool. If only you could get a like a lazy boy single seater on wheels. I'd be down for that shit in a heartbeat, especially if it was height adjustable as well. In the meantime though, my chair is probably more than good enough for Sean says, BRB, coffee and meds, not ignoring any questions, not a problem, Sean, all good. Coffee at 12:30, okay, sure. I mean, I might as well call you Shane at this point. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair going. That is fair. I do not blame you then. But maybe that's something I'll look into once this chair gets to its end of its life, although that could be a while. I mean, I've had it now for nearly 18 months and it is still absolutely perfect. It's supportive, it's amazing. So, might be another couple of years before I need to invest in something like that, which I guess is a good thing. I'm not sponsored in any way, shape or form, but if you're looking for a good gaming chair, this AeroCool, what is it? AeroCool Thunder X3. It's like 300, just over 300 Australian dollars. Mint. I don't know what it'll be in other countries, but yeah, like I think we might actually be coming up on more land. When I say land, I mean ice. Here soon, I believe. Yeah, we'll be coming up on Banks Island. Which is in the Northwestern Territories. So we're about to enter the Northwestern Territories of Canada. Here. Like properly, the islands of the Northwestern Territories, I should say. We're already technically in the Northwest. Gowan says, isn't there someone who watches you regularly from Portugal? From Portugal? I don't think there's anyone who watches me regularly from Portugal. Calling Pigeon does speak Portuguese. That's possibly what you're referring to, Garwin. Yeah, there you go. Josh, as Josh said, there was a guy from Portugal that Calling Pigeon was translating for once. And there's been a couple of people from Brazil as well that Calling Pigeon is translated for. And I don't think Pigeon actually lived... I'm pretty sure Calling Pigeon is from Belgium, or lives in Belgium. So he's not technically that far from Portugal, only an hour or hour and a half on a plane, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe slightly longer. Your friend who just bought a condo there also bought home a Caterham Superlight. As you do. As you do. I think we're going to buy a condo in Portugal and a Caterham. I mean, hey, congrats to him. I mean, clearly he's worked hard all his life to get into that sort of position. You don't just get there by doing nothing. So, good on him. Like, seriously. That's pretty awesome. But, is it really street legal for a Caterham Superlight in Portugal? Now, that is cool. That is, I'll credit where credit's due there. That is very, very cool. Oh, there we go. Calling Pigeon does live in Portugal. My bad. I could have sworn he lived in Belgium. That is my bad there. Caterham Superlight. That sounds like beer for people that can't hold their alcohol. Nope. Can definitely guarantee that you've got to have some serious driving ability to drive a Caterham. Yeah, hopefully you do get those under control, Garwood. Belgium is too what? Rinny? I'm assuming there was a bit of a typo there. Too rainy. Okay, that's better. Yeah, probably. It's right next to France and the UK, so I mean, kind of suffers from that problem. You see a tall American with a baseball hat and a thick Boston accent and a blue caterer, don't call him a bum. I feel like the caterer is a specific point in that one, because if you just look for a tall American with a baseball hat and a thick Boston accent in Portugal, you may get the wrong person. But I'd say there's probably not many tall Americans with baseball hats that drive a caterer. Yeah, you can build the catering yourself as a kit car. I think Top Gear did it, didn't they? A while back when it was still the three boys, and then they got the Stig to drive it from somewhere in Scotland, I believe. Oh yeah, I'd say it'd be absolutely fantastic driving, except when you get to a rough road and an unmaintained road, then probably not so nice. You probably want to have a daily driver as well as the caterer. It does suck going, but at the same time you need to, obviously, as you already are, look after yourself and make sure you are in a position, because you know, you can replace the races and you can replace the money, but you can't replace you. I shall return in a moment. but I reckon I'll need to get up in a sec because little miss has taken a bowl of water outside and upended it, and I reckon she's going to come to me in a sec and be like, "Water, Dad?" Bloody puppies, I don't know. Paradise for golf and car racing. Sounds like a nice place. I may need to visit. Just sold his tech company. No wonder he was able to buy a condo and a caterer. Sounds like a relatively stress-free life, you ask me, going. How many cars can you get in the garage, and when can I next race them? Quite amazing. To be fair, it is 5:51 p.m. where we're flying now, but you can see in the distance, just ever so slightly on the horizon, the smallest amount of sunlight, and you can see it spans all the way around. There's just this slight light off of the horizon. But I didn't realise we'd crossed that many time zones so quickly that it was already 5:51 p.m. local time. You have to get 14 cars in a 10-car garage and then to get them prepped for the race. Yeah, that doesn't sound like it sort of goes... The maths doesn't seem to work there, Garland. 14 into 10 doesn't quite work. Sean says, I think I've turned on transmitter for little nav maps. Set. Let me have a look. Can I see Sean? What the flippin' hell? Yes, I can see you, Sean. You're out over near Victoria Island. You're over the island slightly to the right-hand side. Still with the same destination, though. But I can see you. Yeah, of course, Garland, yeah. Higher we are, quicker we cross them. That makes perfect sense because they're all sort of amalgamate over the one location at the top. I was just, yeah, surprised, that's all, but it does make sense. Just not used to it because I haven't flown in this particular part of the world in the sim yet. I don't think Sean's lost calling pigeon. I think he's just decided to take a scenic route. If anyone is in the US over Labor Day weekend and wants something to do, we do a big historic race with some great classic cars. Can't pay you, but can make sure you have lots of food and booze. So when is Labor Day weekend for you, Garland? Because I'm sure it's different for you than it is for us here in Australia. Hey Sean, I like your positivity, mate, but if it's 53 minutes into the day and the day's already going better, it's already heading in a good direction for you, mate, so I'm glad. Really glad to hear that. Yeah, all good, Sean, all good. So next year, September 5th. Look, if finances allow, I'd love to, but obviously I'm not going to know for a bit. Yeah, absolutely, got to have optimism. But yeah, I'd definitely be interested. It's just a case of, can I afford it, and what's going on in the world at a particular time. "5 days camping in the paddock." Yeah, okay. So it's my biggest cost would be getting to and from, and that would be quite expensive because it is a long way from here. Yeah, so I just need to get to that part of the world, which for one person returned from here is in excess of $3,000 right now. The last to land buys the drinks. Well, I'm probably going to be last to land, which is normal. Yeah. If you can walk away from the landing, you'll be glad to buy the drink. That doesn't instill much confidence, Sean. Come on, you're a good pilot, mate. I've seen you fly before. Oh, excuse the continuous stretching and moving. I'm just trying to keep myself limber and warm for the gym. And I woke up a bit stiff and sore this morning. I'm assuming I may have slept a bit weird. Yeah, to be fair though, Garland, landing a 747 is, it requires some skill because, I mean, you are literally having hundreds and hundreds of tons of aircraft falling out of the sky. The smaller the aircraft, the easier it is usually. So... Oh, so you got Cameron playing flight sim now, Sean. Might have to get him into the simming if you can. That would be cool. Have father-son in the streams. That would be mint. I know we sometimes have Garwin and his son in the streams, so that would be a double up. I'm assuming he opened the door before he walked into it, Garwin. Otherwise that would have hurt. Still sipping away at my fishbowl of iced coffee. Good news is, after 2 fish bowls of iced coffee, I'm incredibly awake. Although I am still yawning a little bit, but I feel incredibly awake. That may have something to do with the fact that my heart rate's probably like 100 and something at the moment. Hey, you know what, Garwin? I honestly haven't noticed you being bad in the stream. So, it can't be that bad. Oh, he hates flying. Okay, never mind. So that idea is probably not going to be a thing. Unless you can somehow convince him to enjoy the flying. Good morning, Mr. Berenstain Bear. How are you going? Welcome to the stream. What are you doing awake so early on a weekend, Tony? It's only like 9 AM there. Sean. You can still beat him drifting. Hey, yeah you can. That's good. That's awesome, Sean. I don't know if you've experienced the same thing, Sean, but have you noticed since the last Forza Horizon 5 update that your drift scores are more consistent, like you always get a similar score, but getting a higher score is now a lot more difficult? Ah, to get your hair cut. Yeah, before the stores get busy. Yeah, I mean, a week out from Christmas, you're gonna have some issues probably. Tony. Morning, Shane. Played your first ever Halo game. Like it, but finished the storyline in 2 days. That's not brilliant, really, is it? Like, sort of go, like in today's day and age, to finish a storyline in 2 days, you're sort of like, well, that was a short game. Yeah, free with Game Pass. Oh, is it? Okay, I might need to grab it then, because I've heard good things. You're not the first one to say, oh, it's a bit short. Very good, but very short. That's what she said. Yeah, even more so with a name like Halo Infinite, you're sort of probably expecting this massive game. Instead, you're getting a short game with a massive map. I think that's why it's called Halo Infinite, because it's quite a large free roam map. The map is very small compared to Far Cry. Really? Okay. Well, seeing as it is on Game Pass, I may as well download it and have a bit of a play with it, but I think Flight Sim has kind of ruined map sizes for me. Just an expectation that maps will be big now. Not necessarily the case. Yeah, dollars from the multiplayer aspect. I guess probably find that a few studios are probably like, well, Rockstar can do it with Grand Theft Auto 5 and multiplayer and continuous DLC and stuff like that, so they're probably like, well, why can't we? And it's a fair enough point. Like, why can't they? It absolutely would, Garland. Yeah. I don't know, they always said they were never going to bring out another flight sim and then they surprised us, so I guess anything's possible. Probably the only issue, I guess, Garwin, is the only real competition that Microsoft had was, of course, X-Plane, because P3D was a derivative of FSX, which was a Microsoft product originally anyway, whereas you've got Train Sim World and all that from Dovetail, which is very, very good. So Microsoft would have to like what they've done with Flight Sim, go above and beyond what the competition offers. I don't know if there's that much of a demand for train sim as there is for flight. I could be wrong. Sean.